It's so wacky that it's fun to me. It's literally...
It's fun.
It is so stupid.
It's like it's like an hour and a half toy commercial is basically what it is. Like if people like playing with the toys or making the story up, that's how it went.
So, we're ranking the Batman movies.
Right now.
Batman live action flicks.
What's your...
Number 11?
Yeah.
Batman and Robin.
I wonder if Nick is trolling us again this time and is going to claim Ben Affleck is still his favorite.
Favorite what?
Batman.
Maybe, but not favorite movie.
Never even got his own movie.
But we also got to see Pattinson by the end of Pattinson's era to really judge. So,
all right, fair enough. So my number.
You want to know why Batman Robin's last, or
Why?
It's a little too stupid.
I think it's the most serious Batman. George Clooney's.
I wanted to see George. I want to see George Clooney in a serious Batman film. See how he does. He could do the Batman Beyond movie maybe instead of Keaton.
God. Number 11. Go ahead.
My number 11 is Justice League.
Yeah, same. Fucking done with that. Don't need it.
I placed Justice League based on the Snyder cut. The Whedon cut, yeah, might even put that below.
I refuse to watch the Snyder cut. I just don't give a fuck.
I watched the Snyder cut once. It's better than the Whedon cut, but I still don't give a fuck. It's just too fucking convoluted, too fucking long. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I don't know why they ended up releasing it as a 4-hour movie instead of like the episodic format that they said they were going to do. It's kind of weird.
I think it wasn't.
But they cut it up into chapters too, so you can dissect it.
All right.
But what's your number 11?
You're number 10.
What was yours?
My number 11 was Justice League as well. That's what
I didn't
we're
hear
on
you
the
say
whole
that.
thing.
I didn't hear you say that. I put Dark Knight Rises.
I mean, it's not far off from where it is on my list.
It rubs me so wrong. I don't know.
My number 10 is Batman vs. Superman, Dawn of Justice. Again,
same.
Don't give a fuck. I tried to like it.
That's the movie where I realized, okay, Ben Affleck isn't bad as Batman, but this movie sucks.
Yeah, Ben Affleck was fine.
As long as you acknowledge that Affleck's a good Batman, I don't care.
I'm not saying he's good necessarily. I'm just saying he's good enough, but we didn't get a good enough chance to...
Right, yeah.
I can't necessarily say he's a great Batman just because we haven't seen enough.
It's such a shame
of the Batman.
The fact that he never got a standalone just is stupid because the fact that he was so great...
Well, and they should have made it before they made Justice League.
And some
Batman
of it...
versus Superman.
Yeah, but I mean, like with him, he's good as Batman because he's kind of a jaded prick. You know, he's obviously lost to Robin. And he's got some good tech in there. So I appreciated that. That was tech that we hadn't seen otherwise. So, okay, there's some things there that I liked. But the rest of the shit around that just makes me want to put the toilet paper over the turd that won't flush and just get it to go down.
All right, number 9.
10. No, he did do that.
No, what was yours?
Wait, what?
For Christ's sake, I have said it both times. And I'm trying to get through this so it's a reasonable amount of a video.
What's your number 10 out?
Batman versus Fuckface.
So I didn't hear that.
Okay.
I said same as soon as he said that.
I didn't hear you say same.
Well, then you're fucking deaf.
I was talking. Yeah, I wasn't listening to you.
So my number 9.
Then you're stupid.
My number 9 is 66. I love it, but it's not.
My number 9.
I like my Batman more serious.
My number 9 is Batman and Robin.
My number 9 is Dark Knight Rises.
So you like Batman and Robin better?
Fuck yeah. It's way fun.
Well,
Batman and Robin is... I'm not going in terms of...
If you judge it for what it is, yeah.
This is not even... This is my favorites. It's not,
right.
This is the best film, this is good quality versus... Otherwise, you'd have to put Batman 66 potentially in last place just because it's so cheesy. But...
it fit Batman of the time, I think. So
it fit the children's cartoon at the time.
It fit what they were doing with that type of shit on public TV at the time, or broadcast TV. No big deal. Whatever. All right. Next one.
Number 8.
Batman Forever.
Mine's the Dark Knight.
Sorry, getting a little sillier there.
Mine's the Dark Knight Rises.
I said the Dark Knight. I was like, whoa.
No. Mine's Batman 66.
So we're all kind of there, pretty much. I didn't put You guess so low like you guys, but
We're in different stuff, but again, this is all based off our personal choices, not necessarily the merits
is
of
of
the individual flicks.
Rewatchability for me, basically.
Yes. Yeah, the order that I would watch these if I was going to sit down and do them now.
number 7. Mm-hmm. The Whedon, or not Whedon, I'm sorry, Snyder cut of Justice League. I like it, but I'd rather it just be a Batman movie. I don't really care about the other. I like Superman, all right, but I like Batman by himself. I don't even like Robin or Batgirl and all that other shit. I just want Batman by himself.
My number 7's
But I love
Batman
Batfleck,
Forever.
so.
My number 7's Batman and Robin.
What's your number 6?
Do you think that's because of the age you were when that came out? Maybe.
Definitely. But again, it's so wacky that it's fun to me. It's literally...
It's fun.
It
I
is
guess.
so stupid.
It's like a fucking it's like an hour and a half toy commercial is basically what it is. Like if people were like playing with the toys or making the story up, that's how it went.
I really
that's
enjoyed
fine.
this movie one time when I played a drinking game where I just took a drink every time there was a pun or a bad joke, like...
So anytime Mr. Freeze said anything.
Or Batman, dude. There's the Bat credit cards and shit. Come on now.
Hey, it expires forever.
Ridiculous.
What's your number 5? Or wait, is
6.
that 6? Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, I didn't put numbers either, so that's fucking me up. Batman Returns. My number 6.
My number 6 is Batman Begins.
And I'll add to that. It seems to lose my enjoyment as I get older, I guess. Last time I watched it, I was like, fuck. Actually, ever since I watched it, since listening to Kevin Smith's
God damn it.
commentary on it,
Kevin
I'm like,
Smith's
I'm like, oh
commentary-
yeah, that is dumb.
There's like, what is there? Like, it's like almost like Beetlejuice. Like, Michael Keaton has the same amount of screen time in those two fucking movies. Like, the rest of the movie's based on other people.
Yeah, it doesn't show up till like minute 19 in Batman Returns, I think.
Yeah.
Something crazy. My number 6 is also Batman Begins.
What's your number 5?
89.
Okay. My number 5 is...
And I love the movie. It's just, you know.
Has to go somewhere, I mean, but...
I'd say Batman 66 is number 5.
I love Batman.
But Batman 66
It doesn't matter if I
is one of those movies I
where
watched
rank
a
it.
lot as a kid, so it's got those nostalgic ties to me.
66.
It's so fucking silly and campy, but like that's the first Batman movie I ever saw.
My number 5,
I think I saw 89 first.
Batman Forever. I quite enjoy that one still.
Quite enjoy.
The songs, the soundtrack... Not even just the songs. I mean, like the score too. I like the score, the Batman theme. I was listening to it like the other day in the car, and I was like, actually, this is pretty dope.
Which
score?
one?
The score for Forever.
Yeah.
I enjoy it because it's different from the
And
Tim Burton
soundtrack,
one.
The soundtrack, really good.
I mean, I don't like.
I listen to the soundtrack every once in a while.
I don't know about the soundtrack. I mean,
You don't like
I could listen
soundtrack?
to it ironically, but not like seriously.
They're not all great, but I like it.
Yeah, I mean, but Jim Carrey as the Riddler is ridiculous and great.
A lot of people blame him for Batman and Robin just being so fucking over the top altogether.
Well, even Tommy Lee Jones is
I blame
over
Tommy
the
Lee
top.
Jones more because I think he's trying to match Jim Carrey.
But there's,
Yeah.
He's trying to match
but
his
they should
energy.
have stopped that. They should be contrast. You're silly. You're fucking serious.
Two-Face is supposed to be two-faced.
Yeah, and all he was
Calm
a
and
fucking
collected
crazy
and
version.
wild as fuck, and he's not. He has one scene where he kind of is like that, where he's like, "I'm talking very calmly," and then he's crazy.
Yeah, the crazy just
once.
overwhelms him there because he's trying to compete
It
with Jim
shouldn't be
Carrey.
funny.
Exactly.
What's your number 4 then?
Batman Begins, and I'm gonna say Batman Begins and Dark Knight are like razor thin difference for me.
See,
'Cause I like the origin bits of Begins a lot.
I like it. It just drags on a little too much.
But the end,
that's my main thing with it.
I
Is
don't
that
like the ending of
that
Begins.
first part
I
of
like
it?
Scarecrow the best. And that
I love
like, that's
Scare. That
great.
definitely elevates the movie as a whole for me.
He's great, but yeah,
and Raj Al Ghul being in it, even though I'm not too
yeah,
thrilled
because
with
that was
what
a
they did with
good
him, but
that was a
yeah.
good villain to start with.
two villains we've never had.
Yeah, that was a bold choice, but it's just so fucking drawn out for some of that, and some of those training scenes just get too boring. Like, cut the chase.
And how many casual Batman fans even heard of Raj Al Ghul?
Yeah,
So that was pretty cool.
I mean, even when you see an animated series, they don't start with him. He comes up later when you're like, okay, we need something different. My number 4 is the Batman.
My number 4 is Batman Returns. I love it.
Yeah.
What's your number 3?
Dark Knight.
Okay.
Yeah.
My number 3.
Mainly for the Joker.
My number
I like Two-Face, but they didn't do enough with him, really.
Yeah,
It's like
I
what
agree.
It's like what I said during the Batman review.
They were planning a lot better Harvey Dent in the other one, but they still should have put him more in those movies if they were planning that too.
Well,
But they did just...
He shouldn't have began and ended in the same fucking movie.
Yeah.
My number 3 is Batman Returns.
My number 3 is The Batman.
So 4 and 3. Number 2,
Yeah. What's your number 2?
Batman versus Superman.
See, my number 2 and 3 could possibly switch once I see this again and
Yes.
you know, really depend. But it's not going to switch with number 1.
Well, my number 2 is The Dark Knight. It's fucking amazing.
My number 2 is also The Dark Knight.
Which means number 1 could be...
That's right. You're both 89 number ones the last time, weren't you?
I don't know, probably.
I think so. Mine's The Batman. This is my favorite Batman movie now.
Nice.
Obviously, yes, Batman 89. I can see all the faults in it now that I'm not a kid, and especially that we've had a bunch of other Batmans to compare it to. But nothing hits home in as far as Batman goes.
Well, I don't think
for me watching it like this.
the movies, like the comics, don't have to follow the same continuity, and because there's alternate universe comics where things are different. So complaining that Joker's the killer, it's like, this isn't the comic books. This is a movie, its own universe.
Well, it's
So
interesting for
the flaws don't really matter.
Well, it's flaws like that, or the flaws where like he looks. Honestly, if you watch the Batman and then watch Batman 89, just comparing the fight scenes, Batman fighting.
Well, his ass couldn't fucking move in that thing.
That's what I mean. It's stuff like that, like just
His ass or the
a couple things like
the
that,
stuntman.
or small things Kevin Smith pointed out, like the set design looking small, or the looking like there's 12 people that live in Gotham. The theaters in the background of every fucking scene in the
Yeah.
city.
Yeah.
Small things, but it's still, I'd rather watch that Batman than any other one, and I can watch it over and over and over and over.
It's one of those things like, so I had Batman 66 rated higher than either you guys, but that's because that's the first Batman movie I saw. And much like that, Batman 89 was the first Batman movie that I really fell in love with and had toys for, and like got to really enjoy the entire experience of Batman.
If they made the whole series of those films following 89 more like 89 and just built from that and never changed actors and stuff, I think that would elevate 89 even more. But it's kind of lost potential
Yeah.
because they just all kind of went off the rails little by little as it went on.
Well, Batman Returns, though, it felt like it was advancing something. Like, it did feel a little more off the rails because you have a penguin monster and shit, but
That's fine.
it still felt like it worked within the universe.
But there's something about it. It just feels so different from the first one, though.
Feels close
And I
enough
don't
to
know
me.
if
It's
it's
the
the
Burton-esque
city or-
qualities.
Well, everyone's used.
I think it went.
It's also a different season.
I think it went more Burton-esque, maybe.
well,
Definitely, because you have a fucking penguin monster,
Yeah.
which is
The
weird and funny and shit.
I don't know. The big thing for me between Batman and Batman Returns is by Batman Returns, everyone knows Batman, like with the bat signals and all that shit. So like, no one fucking is surprised to see him.
Yeah, it kind of loses that mystery. and
So that mystery is completely gone, and that's
That's fine.
He's no longer
And that's
really
fine,
a
but
vigilante.
What's bad is when you get to Batman Returns and he's showing up with a credit card and as a special honor
Batman
of
and Robin.
guest at the fucking event where they're
Well, he-
auctioning off women.
In Batman Forever, he's
In gorilla
He's
suits.
in the courtroom. in his
Exactly.
bat suit. In
They
the-
show
in
that
the
on a
daytime.
TV, and
Yeah.
you see Batman just like, what was he sitting in the bat suit?
With all that cape. He's like,
It
"Oh."
looked like he was sitting
Excuse
in the
me,
in the
excuse
chair,
me,
the
excuse me.
pews or
Yeah,
whatever, and
he
then just
was.
jumped up and like leapt up.
He was on the jury.
yeah, yeah. Is Batman 89 the best overall movie? No, but it has the most nostalgic ties for me, and the watchability. I can put that movie on and just like say the lines and repeat the dialogue on there. It's a very comforting movie in that regards, that you know it so well, it's familiar.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna take all of personal feelings out of it, obviously Dark Knight and the Batman are the front contenders for like quality films, and it really depends on whether you like something that's a crime film or something that's a little more darker and personal.
Yeah, there's good elements in each of those. So
This
that's-
also, cinematography was better than any Batman movie, pretty much, because they were really trying with it. You could, like, it was artsy as fuck.
Now, there's some amazing fucking shots in the Nolan universe, but the Batman has some really...
But they're different. These ones fit Batman more.
Yes, they do.
Nothing really springs to mind, though.
Really?
In
One of
the Nolan film.
Oh.
The Nolan universe was famous for having a lot of stuff shot on the IMAX camera
Well, it's-
for
yeah,
some of the aerial shots and things.
It's
And-
a lot of that, like, big fucking, like, cityscape shots and interesting stuff like that. It works for that, but I think this one with, like, you know, that shot where Batman's walking through the water.
This felt like the Batman universe.
Yeah.
Nolan films feel like Batman characters in our universe, and it's kind of weird.
Pretty much.
Yeah, no, but let us know what you thought of the Batman if you've seen it. Hopefully you didn't watch us if you haven't, because we didn't even think about saying anything about spoilers, but we just assumed if you're clicking on the Batman review...
There's not even a whole lot that you could arguably say that is spoilable in this
You
movie
can put
plot-wise.
spoilers in the description or the title or whatever. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and on top of that, we really didn't break down stuff. We just talked about kind of what we
We
liked
never
in the movie.
do spoiler free either. So
Yeah, no. If you're watching a review of this movie, expect it to be spoiled. Oh, I'm tired.
Poor little fella. I'll check it out. Yawns are contagious, by the way. Did any of you guys get the Batman popcorn bucket?
no, I
no.
tried to get Ricky to buy it though.
That thing was ugly. Like
I
they,
didn't
they
think
thought
it
the
looked
Ecto
bad,
one
though.
knocked it out of the park, and I'm like, why do I need a Batman popcorn bucket? Like, if you'd sold me an actual cowl that I could wear, I may have got that at the movie theater. I may have worn that while I watched
If
it.
it was adult head, if it was adult head size, I think that'd be really good. But it was tiny. It was shrunken head man.
And even that Ecto one,
Yeah? That Ecto 1?
yeah,
Yeah, you
so-
can still talk.
even that Ecto one though, like so many of us just bought it because it's the closest thing to scale for the.
We buy anything with that fucking logo on it though.
No, I'm fucking very discerning about what I buy at this point.
Some people are though.
I know some people are, but you haven't been trying to buy Ghostbuster shit for forever.
Well, that's episode 101.
101.
Batman 101.
These are my dinner guests, the Frog Brothers. Frog Brothers, Frog Brothers. These are my dinner guests, Frog Brothers. Frog Brothers, Frog Brothers. These are my dinner guests.
Shut this off.